Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CDR Circulation, Drainage, and Recovery Routine. Today is day 3. We got 4 different components, just like every other day. You can do it all in one go, morning, midday, or evening, or split it up however you want. Just make sure that you get it done. Just like any other lymphatic component we start with, you can do it 1 to 3 times a week. Today, we're going to be starting with our hot bath, and then we're going to go into a trigger point. 3 different trigger points: upper groin, sacred area. Then we're going to do number 2, the TFL waist belt band, as well as the kidneys, the QL, or lower back region, as well as the pec minor, outer pec major, upper clavicular head, and the front delt. So that's going to be our 3 trigger points. Then we're going to go into a corrective exercise, split play, horse play, internal rotation, dynamic variation. We're going to go into that in a little bit. And then finally some bouncing, jumping. Make sure that you're getting your walks in, 10 to 60 minutes of walks a day, and then make sure that you're playing as well. Either or all of them, but just make sure that you get your walks in. You can do your walks all in one go, or you can do a hike, or you can time your walks after each meal. That's also very ideal, especially if you have blood sugar issues. Those peaks and valleys, that'll help regulate your blood sugar, your hormones, your digestion, circulation, drainage, recovery, healing, and just make you more mobile and athletic altogether, right? And help relieve stress, of course. So, again, walks are really good when you time them after. Also, one more thing, make sure you get your naps in every day, 10 to 60 minute naps every single day. At the bare minimum, at least get a 10-minute nap in. Earplugs, eye covering, or glasses. There's just, what occurs during a nap, the healing that occurs, is you can't occur anywhere else. It can't happen anywhere else. So make sure you get your naps in every single day. If you need to go a little bit longer, 60, 90, 120 minutes, I've seen people nap for 3 hours, and man, do they need it. You know, listen to your body, okay? That's my little spiel for today. All right, so day 3, we're gonna start with a hot bath. I kind of talked about this in the introduction video with your hot baths. Again, you can do it whenever, wherever. Make sure that you have a water filter. We have a shower filter down below. And make sure, disclaimer, that you have sufficient body fat on you, that you are heavy enough. Make sure that you're not too underweight. Make sure that you're not too sick, you're not too dehydrated, that you have proper hydration. We're going to talk about that as well, because what's happening is we're not only dumping a lot of fluids out of the body, you will be sweating a ton, all right? But you're also going to be dumping a lot of toxins in the stomach. And you don't want those toxins to recirculate and cause more damage and more harm, because if they do, it's going to make you very sick. And especially if you don't have enough body fat to soak up those toxins, you're going to get very sick and you're going to get very dizzy and you're going to get very ill. And that's not good. So let's talk about that. So if you're just starting out, 20 minutes is a good start, especially if you're underweight. No more than that. You can go 30 minutes if you want, but 30 to 90 minutes for the general population. 30 to 90 minutes at roughly 103 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Any more than that, temperature-wise, you can start killing too much bacteria on the skin. That's not too good. Magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate or magnesium bicarbonate bath formula we have down below. So magnesium chloride, magnesium bicarbonate, and magnesium sulfate are a great combination to put in your bath. You can also do a foot bath for that if you want a little bit more absorption. Also, you're going to be using sea salt and or sodium bicarbonate. It's going to help to kind of mitigate any of those volatile acids. And you're going to be doing ACV. That's going to help mitigate any of the chlorine. Raw milk or raw cream or coconut cream, that will help soften the skin. And then clay, which is going to help soak up any toxins that are being excreted from the body and prevent them from being recirculated. Sun-dried clay is preferred over bentonite clay, less toxicity, less heavy metals. And then finally, again, let's talk about what you're going to be drinking. So you want hydration before, during, and after. So you could have like Gerolsteiner and lemon before, or raw milk, or like green juice, aka celery, cucumber, lime, lemon, carrot, tomato, with some cream, a fat, a binding agent, before, during, and after, sipping on that. But you're also going to need some type of solvent and binding agent, fat, during your hot bath, sipping on that. Very important. So what is a solvent? That'd be like your lemon and your honey with the fat, and vitamin E. That's a very good solvent as well, especially for what we're trying to target. So what are we trying to target again? These toxins are dumping in the stomach. We want to soak them up. But also what we're getting rid of are the plastics. This is why we're going at a hot temperature. 103 to 110 degrees for roughly 30 to 90 minutes is the time and temperature that we need to start melting these hardened fats in the liver, the hardened fats in the tissues from way too many cooked fats, microplastics, but also PUFAS, polyunsaturated fats, seed oils, basically what's created to be known as lipofuscinosis. Look up Ray Peat's work. He's got a lot of work on that. And the only way you can get rid of these things is if you melt them and you have a solvent like vitamin E. And this is why we're doing this protocol. So vitamin E with the raw fat. Look up solvent formula and lubrication formula. Augenus Vonderplanitz has the recipe for this. We'll list the recipe down below, some links down below. You're going to be sipping on that during the hot bath. This will prevent you from feeling dizzy or feeling sick because it's just going to be soaking up that toxicity. And again, it's going to be utilizing that fat and that honey and that lemon as like a solvent with the vitamin E to start melting and displacing. And again, the saturated fat itself displaces polyunsaturated fats, and again, these hardened plastics. So hydration before, hydration during, hydration after. And then finally, when you're done, you can finish off with a cocoon, which is basically in your bed, laying down, relaxing on a pillow, towels everywhere, and then have a blanket and just keep yourself warm and sustain that temperature a little bit longer, especially if you feel like you can't endure that hot bath. You can do that, cocoon, go back in the hot bath if you want a little bit longer. Just make sure if you're doing all this stuff, you build up to it slowly. You start with no more than 1 to 2 times a week max, 3 times a week, and then you just slowly build up that time, right? All right, that's pretty much the hot bath. I will see you on the trigger point portion. Peace.